Now, the next big piece I want to talk about is what people call the experience economy. And we have a lot of clients, coaching clients around the world who have been caught up into this theme of building an experience for their customers. So for example, if you go to a restaurant, how do you make an experience, not just a transaction? If you go on a vacation, how do you make an experience where people ride on camels and take photos and so on, and they feel like they experience something amazing? Now I'm going to flip this around, and I'm going to give you a new way to talk about the experience economy based on my trip to Finland, all of 24 hours. My entire time in Finland has been all of 24 hours, literally. I think it may have been less. It may have been 17 hours. So 17 hours, I only went to Helsinki International Airport. I don't know much about Finland before I arrived. I mean, I know it's a very well-regarded nation, very successful, very productive. They gave us Nokia. They didn't give us ABBA. I think that was Sweden. But they did give us Nokia. And, we're all grateful for that and those multicolored clam phones. But so I arrive in Finland. I don't know anything about Finland, right? And the first thing that shocked me about this airport is how clean and organized it is. You walk around, all the signposts are in this very nice font that's so easy and so beautiful to read. You go to many public transportation hubs in the world, it looks like people want to break things. If you go to an American airport, it looks like someone arrived at that airport at that cell phone charge and they said that when I finish using the charger, I'm going to break it. I'm going to kick it until it stops working. But you go to Finland, at Helsinki International Airport, wherever you sit, there's a place to charge your phone, which is an unbelievable thing if you've ever traveled like me extensively. The second thing I noticed is that it didn't feel as if I was in an airport. It felt as if I was in this little bit of a resort with a lot of restaurants. It's hard to explain, but the culture is very laid back. The culture is very inviting. I went to the Starbucks and wow, I was shocked at how nice the food is. They serve beer in the Starbucks. Everything is clean. Second thing, and the thing that really, threw me was just how friendly everyone was. You talk to someone, they will smile at you. You walk around and you see these little kiosks to sell Moomin Baby memorabilia. Moomin Baby is a character in a famous, beloved Finnish book for children, I think adults as well. Everything is clean. Everything works. Everything feels safe. The mood is very nice. The culture is very nice. I'm thinking, okay, very nice, but I didn't want to go past passport security just for a few hours. I go in there and I wait in line. And I look through the windows and I can see, oh my God, all these guys have buzz cuts. They're all probably about 22, 24. This is not going to go well. Whenever you're going through immigration and the younger the person, usually the tougher they're going to be on you, right? Because they have less experience, so their technique tends to be to grill you more and make you feel uncomfortable to see if you break. So I'm looking at the lady in front of me, she's Chinese, the lady in front of me is Chinese, and they're going through, they're smiling. I'm thinking, okay, I don't look like a cute Chinese lady. It's not going to work for me. So I go there and I give this young guy a passport, and he's got these gloves on and he looks at me, he waves, he leans forward, and then he flips through the pages, right? And now, if you've traveled as many times as I have, in some countries when they go through your passport, they count the number of pages. And they count it twice. Former Soviet Union countries, you know what I'm talking about, right? Because they want to see if it's a real passport, because a real passport has a certain number of pages. They count the pages. This guy doesn't count the pages. But then he does something that I've never seen anyone in immigration ever do before. He takes my passport and he holds it, the way the Japanese give you a business card. They have two hands holding the business card with the thumbs of their hands up. And he bends the passport towards me and almost bows and says, thank you for choosing Finland. And I was like blown away. Thank you for choosing Finland. Most people interrogate you and want to know why you want to come into the country. He didn't ask me where I'm going. Sometimes they ask me, show me your ticket. Show me which hotel you're going to. Nothing. Now, the reason I tell you this story is because that 17 hours in Helsinki airport, not even Helsinki, had such a profound impact on me that I just liked that experience so much that when I came back, I decided to change my entire life to match what I'd seen in Helsinki. The styling, the layout, everything. I just liked it so much, the simplicity. That's just 17 hours. Now, what I'm trying to tell you is that when a lot of companies talk about an experience that they want to create for customers, they make two mistakes. One is they always assume an experience is about getting consumers to take photographs to post on Instagram. No. To build an experience for a customer, you've got to have the right culture where you care about your customers. And I've seen a lot of companies, they talk about building an experience economy, but they don't care about their customers. And it doesn't feel like a pleasant experience. But what they count as an experience is the number of people who post on Instagram. But there are many people like me, and I don't even exist on social media because I don't like social media. But you're never going to see me posting anything on social media or anywhere, because I don't believe in that. But you've sold me. That's the first thing. The second thing, I think this is a big mistake a lot of people make, is an experience economy doesn't have to be a once-off thing. Let me put this way. If you go to a restaurant, yes, it is once-off, right? But not necessarily. I go to the same restaurants every single day. Every day. I go to the same restaurant. I don't mean I go to the restaurants every day, but when I go to restaurants, I go to the same 3 or 4 restaurants. I go to the same 3 or 4 restaurants. I like them. The service is good. It's an experience. But it becomes a continuous experience because I go there so often that even during COVID, when there's a line to get into the restaurants, I don't have to wait in a line. I just go into the restaurant. I don't even have to talk to the lady in the front. They know me. Even if my table is booked, they'll put me at the bar. They'll clear up my table fast and they'll put me into that table. That's an experience. It's an ongoing experience. I know the owners. I talk to them and so on. But the deeper insight here is that not just about the culture, but why is it we try to build an experience that's once-off? Why can an experience not be continuous? For example, if you have a product that you make available to a customer continuously, like a banking website, like a banking app, a bank thinks about how do they provide the best experience to a customer when they use that app. But I'm thinking that's not necessarily the way to think about an app. An app's on your phone all the time. Why can't a bank think about how can that app help me every day? Why can't it say, hey, Michael, you went to a Nobu restaurant yesterday. So you had Japanese. We have a promotion with our platinum members. If you go to this restaurant, you get 20%. Why can't it push this to me and say, you went to this restaurant yesterday. We recommend you go to this restaurant next. Where can I say, hey, we noticed that you did shopping in New York today. If you're in New York, we have a deal for our platinum card members to do this in New York. But the app doesn't do anything like that because the way banks are thinking. They're thinking that an experience is about when you choose to interact with us, but an experience can be ongoing. And one of the things I'm now doing with a lot of our coaching clients is to rethink how their companies play in the experience economy. You know the experience economy is important. But an experience economy is first about culture, and second, it's about redefining the moments of experience to not be just when I choose to interact with the company, but if the company has an ability to interact with me whenever it can, why doesn't it create a good experience for me every day? Now, in today's world, you do have a way to experience with customers. You do have a way to interact with customers everywhere because most companies have an app. But they treat these apps like it's just something that when I choose to interact, I must go. One of the things I like about Financial Times and Wall Street Journal is they do interact with me quite a lot. They do tell me, you read this article, do you want to read this article? They do send me things to attend cooking classes and so on. I've never taken them up on it, but I have taken them up on other things. They do say, okay, you're in the city. Do you want to attend this thing? We have a deal with these people. They should do more of it. But now the experience doesn't just become when I open the Financial Times app. It's a continuous experience with them. And I'm hoping that insiders who are, real leaders who are trying to change the world, who are trying to make an impact in the world, a big trend is the experience economy. But you got to rethink how you define the moments of experience and what is the core behind that experience. As always, I look forward to seeing you next week at Monday morning, 8 a.m. And that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed doing the episode. Finally, I want you to remember that the only way to get access to our special offers, the only way to get our special pricing, and the only way to get samples of our content is to join the list on firmsconsulting.com. It's the only way also to get access to our unique advanced content that we make available to insiders. So if you want to get a sneak peek of things, test it out, see what's in there, this is the place to go. And finally, I want to thank you again for making us one of the largest podcast channels around the world for careers and for the 2 million downloads and counting.